What's going on, everybody? Back with another video. Today I'll be talking about the Blackhawk CQD Mark II Type E. This is quite possibly the longest name in a knife that I own. This is a very awesome knife, and let me go and start off with the size comparisons here. Bring it down here. Feel free to pause the video as I'm moving the knife around the chart here. So first up is the US dollar, and this is the 2 credit cards. I'm going to go and put it on the Halo, Microtech Halo 5 here. Just go and look down the sides here. And finally, up into the Spyderco / Kershaw section here. Okay, so let's take a closer look at this knife. So right now in the closed position, you see it has a rather unique shape to it. Almost like a kind of a hornet or a yellow jacket, body or something, and in the open position, it has an even more unique shape. It looks like it's a double spear point kind of a shape. So surprisingly comfortable to hold in the hand, and even more comfortable holding the reverse grip. Now this knife has a lot of unique features, and so it has a plunger lock as a lock to make this a virtual fixed blade, and it has a carbide glass breaker. Now they do have a second version of this knife, a little bit more expensive version. This knife was about 55 bucks. The other version is about 130, and the reason being is that it has CNC'd aluminum handles, rubber inserts, and 440C steel. There's actually a larger version of this knife also that features a seatbelt cutter as well, and the carbide glass breaker is mounted on the top here. Alright, but let's go and get into this version. So in the reverse grip here, it's very comfortable to hold on to and put your thumb up on top. You can hold it either way you want, and you can use the glass breaker. In an open position, the one thing is you can't put your thumb on the back when you're using it in an ice pick fashion, only because the glass breaker is going to go through your thumb. So you have to hold it like this. But luckily for all of us, they included some protrusions here that actually kind of possibly could be used to keep your hand on the handle and not slip up on the blade. Furthermore, because this knife is only for tip down carry on both left and right, so there's no tip up options on this knife, I do have the pocket clip here, and you can tell the pocket clip is huge, but also you can tell it protrudes a lot when you have it clipped to your pocket, which makes this even more accessible to those who need to pull it out in a hurry. And because of the protrusions here, your thumb and forefinger will just lock right underneath it, and you can pull it out. And as soon as you pull it out of your pocket, you can instantly use the glass breaker if you need it. So now let's take a look at the lock here. So this lock, to make it a virtual fixed blade, you just push the lock up like this. So it just goes. So this is unlocked and this is locked. Now when it's locked, of course you can tell I can't push the glass or the plunger lock in. Now when it's unlocked, plunger lock can be depressed and the blade can be closed. Now I will say a word of caution that when I first got this knife, this lock was extremely stiff. Occasionally it will not, you couldn't lock it. It wouldn't move at all. Even with like 2 hands, I'd sit here and jiggle it just to try and get this thing to move, and it would not move. So of course now on camera it seems to be behaving itself, but you can easily move it when it is behaving itself, move it up and down, lock and unlock. So, and it's also a very good thumb ramp on here, by the way. It's perfect, regardless of whether the lock is up or down. You can put your thumb right here, use it for forward jabbing motions. The jimping on here is completely useless, by the way. This stuff is not hard cut, neither is this here. And I do have a Blackhawk Point Man, and it has the same kind of useless jimping on top of the blade spine as well. So, but unlike the CQD here, this jimping here is very functional. This here right on the CQD is completely useless. So, but luckily it has these like great swells here, so that way your hand actually stays on there when you're actually using it. So let's take a look at the blade here. So you see it says CQD Mark II Type E, extremely long name for a knife, Blackhawk. And on the back here it is made in Taiwan for those of you who care. The thumb studs are awesome. They're also double as a blade stop, and they are huge, absolutely huge. I love this. Completely stepped. They're big. They're easy to get to. I mean, more knives should feature thumb studs, you know, just like this. And it's you know, the same with the other Blackhawk knives too. The thumb studs are just massive on all of these, which is very nice to, you know, get in there and get your knife open in a hurry, you know. So now on the back there's a lanyard hole, and here's the glass breaker. Come on, focus. And the glass breaker is very pointy, so it's you know, it's good you don't put your thumb up here. Now this lanyard hole will accept 550 paracord, and I can show you that. Well, hopefully I can show you that on camera here. Alright, there it is. So for those of you who like to, you know, make lanyards for your knives, 550 will fit right through there, and that includes the inner weave. So there's more useless jimping on the back here, more useless jimping on the bottom here. But other than that, it's got the fake textured areas here. It is quite textured, but probably not, but definitely not as good as rubber. So got a little milled out section here, and the blade is completely centered. Oh no, I think this is a great little knife. I mean, it's a joy to hold and use. It's partially open design. It does have 420J stainless steel liners in here, which you probably will not be able to see. Oh, one really cool thing is the liners actually double are reinforced onto the blade stop, you know, much like some of the other Blackhawk blade knives here. So this is a Hornet 2, so you can see it again has the liners go all the way to the blade stop, and this is the Point Man, which has the same exact feature. So that's something that's really nice, because, you know, when you're deploying this knife and you're you know, flicking it out or whatever, you know, the repeated contact on the handles will probably wear it down, so at least they have it reinforced. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Again, if you guys got any questions, comments, leave it below, or just PM me, and that I will catch you on the next one. So take care.